Hello and welcome to another English interactive writing stream. I hope everyone's ready. Today we will continue our story of the first Magi, and for everyone who's new, I shall explain in a few words what's going on. First off, when I disable this navigation part, then you can see you can't see the whole story, but you can see the whole text that's on display. Also, you need to know, this is me. I'm the one doing the typing, but there's a link. You can find it below the video in the video description. And using that, you can enter a Discord channel, and there's the chat. And there you can participate and, for example, tell me how you like the sound. I'm using this little microphone today, so the fan, because it's very hot in my office, so the fan won't distract you, hopefully. You can let me know if the fan noise is okay. But you can also influence the story. You can just ask questions about it if you like, but you can also tell me what to write. And within reason, I will comply. I usually follow the audience's wishes. And so far, our audience is small enough that I can basically do everything. If this um, situation ever becomes popular enough so that there are 10,000 people in the chat, half of whom are asking me to kill the protagonist while the other half are asking me to deify him, then we'll have to see how it works out. I will have to work more with polls maybe, but so far that doesn't seem to become a problem. So let's enjoy our little group of writing friends today again with this story. Anything else you need to know, there's another link below the video where you can actually look at the whole story more or less. There's a file on OneDrive that you can download and then peruse if you have access to the internet. And if you don't, then you can't watch the stream. So the question is moot, I guess. All right. For today, we will continue the story of the first Magi, as I already said, and to get back into the mood, because for me, this has also been a few weeks ago, and for you probably too, if you haven't freshed up your memories right before the stream, like a good little participant, then we are kind of on the same level, and it's useful for me to read the last few paragraphs again. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Um, where is a good place to start? So maybe to get back into that, our friend the magician, the magi, the majo. I'm still always whenever I say this, I'm unsure about the plural and the singular form, because yes, it's magi. The singular form is magi, the plural is magi. That's how it kind of works. We have decided and how we're doing it, but it doesn't feel simply like that. I'm always a bit doubtful about this. Maybe I'll change it one day. We'll see. Um, Sam is their name, and Sam is trying to make a better world together with the other first Magi, and to make the process a little smoother and streamline it, as we would say today, which might not quite be Sam's language. They are going to use the help of another friend, and that's, well, Gudmund, yes, but it's also can you see my cursor? You can, yeah. As soon as I click, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So yeah, there's my cursor, Gudmund. But the main friend is here. Here she is, Munira. Munira is not a major. She's kind of an apprentice, and I'm saying kind of because the apprenticing hasn't really begun yet. Or maybe Sam would say it has. She can't do any magic right now. It's kind of like, we are kind of aiming at a Karate Kid situation. I guess she will have to do a lot of waxing on and waxing off before she actually can do magic. And I think that is as it should be, because if magic was easy, everyone would be doing it. And where would be the fun in that? Let's forget I just opened that kind of worms. It would, what I didn't mean it seriously, so this is not a problem. But still, after saying it, I just realized this is exactly the position of Homelander, right? Kind of. No? I don't know. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and read the last few paragraphs and then get back into the story and write a bit, which is the most fun. You know, in Bob Ross's little live stream, which is neither live nor a stream in that sense, I know. You have the most fun beating the devil out of the brush. If if you're not familiar with Bob Ross, that might sound a bit weird, but you should try it out because then you're one of the lucky 10,000 today. You'll get to know Bob Ross, and it's a pleasure, I assure you. Well, we're not beating the devil out of anything here, at least not in reality, maybe in our story. But what we're doing is we're writing, and that is the most fun part of. I should just, I realize that this live stream would be much improved by me just shutting up, but it would also be a bit boring, I guess. I don't have anyone to do the talking for me. So if you want to volunteer, feel free. All right, let's go. Um, yeah. So, okay. The good news, what everyone likes to hear. Money is no issue. I can give you the money. I don't have any right now, but I know where it is. Also, it's not hard to make. Sam looked around them, waiting for questions, but none came, so they continued. On to the bad news. I'm not sure I should do this. If money is the problem, how can it be helpful to provide more of it? I might be making things better for now in the short run, but fundamentally, I would just be cementing the systemic issues, right? Maybe, Goodmund admitted, but sometimes you have to give someone a fish first so they don't starve while you're teaching them. Sam looked around demonstratively. Doesn't look to me like people are starving here. I even brought cookies. It's a metaphor, Goodmund growled. Sam laughed like they didn't have a care in the world. I know, and it's fine, I promise. We'll take care of the money issue. And we'll also talk about the agency issue you mentioned in the beginning. Maybe we'll do it like this. I probably did that, and the dictation didn't quite work out. Sam looked around again, but this time not to call attention to their surroundings, but thoughtfully, tapping their chin with an index finger. So, would you say this interview is almost over? And here we are. And I think what we were going to do, I'm not sure if we documented this in poll shape or somewhere else in text. Here, there we go. There we go. We did. We had a poll, and I'm going to reread that poll to refresh my memory again another way. And the thing is, right, here we are. Here we are. Have a discussion about just grant the money and move on. And there was a little discussion about the money issue. All right, let's do that. And then we also had a little poll that said, shall we prepare for Sam and Munira to leave the nursing care facility and address the systemic issues about money distribution by talking to people like politicians, health insurance managers, and bankers? And for that, we got a very clear shrug. So you didn't want to make that decision. I guess we won't go that far today anyway. So let's just finish up the interview, I guess, or maybe just think of a few more things that could happen in the interview. Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to do a quick thing before. All right. So here we are in the no, that's the wrong Word document. Sorry. Where is it? Where is it? This is it. Here we go. And then I need to go back. I'm bad at window management on this. I'm sorry about this. Um, Here we go. All right. Then what do we do? Mm, well, there are obviously two general directions an answer to this might take. Yes and no. I know you that this is exactly the kind of clever and original writing advice you're here for, right? Um, Yeah, let's go. Let's just do the kind of obvious thing. I'm not sure. You know, there is a line. Um, I think dialogue needs to be original, and it needs to be a bit. What's the word? It needs to be a bit confrontational sometimes, because characters need to have some tension sometimes, at least. Um, and where I'm going with this is, you might consider it too expected, and by the numbers, to just have Gudmund, for example, say, um, I don't know, Gudmund said half suspicious and half honestly confused. You just said we'd talk about the agency issue. So that might take a while, don't you think? Yes, sure, maybe. But uh, I didn't mean us three. So like this, maybe. And then Gudmund says, seems like a weird way of tackling the issue of agency by excluding the people you're, or excluding the people. Yeah, we need that's it's not often. It's not often that I miss a word in English that exists in German. It's more often the other way around, but I sometimes miss the concept of Betroffene, which would mean people who are not just affected, I guess. Yeah? Yeah. The people affected is probably the word I'm looking for. It's not quite the same, but I think it's close enough, and we can use it like the people affected by your decision. Maybe like this. Mm, so where just you might have noticed I'm thirsty, so I need to take a quick sip of water from my new cup. I got a new cup, um, and it's a 10-kilo cup, and it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of heavy. I need to I need to get used to it. I think that's how it works, right? Um, so, no, the thing is, I like to do my writing spontaneously. I know you're a bit envious. I can get you another cup, Gekrimbel. If you want, it's not an issue. I'll get you your own cup, and you can use it whenever you like. We don't have to fight about the cup. Um, so the thing is, I usually write like I read, by which I mean stuff happens, and I just write it down as it happens in my head, or as the case may be, in your head if you're telling me what stuff is going to happen. And that's fun, and I like that. And it usually even kind of works, if you're reading along here, if you're reading if you're reading if you're reading the story, and you like that, then that means it works. And if you don't, why are you here? Um, so where I'm going with what I'm going for with this is sometimes I still need to know where I'm going with something, which is probably what I should have tried with this little diatribe I'm holding right now. And with this conversation, I should probably know where I'm going because otherwise it might meander a bit too much. And that's what I was alluding to in the beginning when I said it might seem too unoriginal and by the numbers to have Gudmund now bring up this point and then Sam respond to it, and it's all a bit. It might start feeling tedious at some place, and that's why I need to make sure we're at least going somewhere. And where are we going? So Sam doesn't really want to discuss this up till the end with Gudmund. Sam wants to continue the interview, and we have already made a decision that we're not going to show every interview with every inhabitant of the facility. We're just showing a few to convey an impression of how the interviews are or were going, how they're working, what's happening. Mm. And I think this was a good start so far. And now we need to decide, and you know what they say, there's no second chance for a last impression. Wasn't that clever of me? Uh, because the last thing that is going to happen in this interview is probably the thing that is happening right now. And no, I don't see us picking up Gudmund as like another member of the party. I don't see Sam taking Gudmund along to the meeting with the politicians or something. I think this is more Sam and Munira with changing um, other people situation. We're not picking up more people along the way, at least not now. So where are we going with this? Is Sam going to be really mean? Is Sam going to be more friendly but still curt? Is Sam going to be really accommodating and discuss it with Gudmund until Gudmund is satisfied, but we'll just skip over it? I think it's time for a poll, don't you? Yeah, after having another little drink of water, Gekrimble commented I would need like an extra light cup, like you put a liter of water in it and it weighs only 500 grams. Oh, that's no problem. I do think we might have a few cups who weigh around 500 grams, and you know that doesn't change if you put water in it. Sorry. Mm. Let me have another drink. It's not the thing is what I failed to consider. I can lift this cup and I can drink from it, but what I can't do is keep my hands from shaking a little bit, and that's why you still see me using the second hand, because when my hands shake just a little bit, the mass, oh Jesus, the mass, the yeah, is that, yeah, the mass of the cup um, turns that into a slower but a bit bigger motion, and then I spill water. And that can be a problem because the some of you might remember um, that this is how I lost my laptop here, which I'm using right now. And I really like that laptop. It's a nice one. And I don't want to spill water on it. So that's why I use the second hand. And I know that this kind of detracts points from the coolness of the cup. So that's why I need to practice. Like with writing, drinking from a really heavy cup is an issue of practice. Or, as the young people in the internet like to say, git gut, skill issue. Um, so yeah, poll. As I said, we're going to do a poll. Hashtag poll. How does Sam react to Gudmund's wish to discuss the agency issue? Question mark. First off, I'm staying with the numbers for now. Dismissive, They end the interview quickly. Second, friendly and understanding. They explain a bit more, but still end the interview quickly. 3, do I make 2 options? Yes, I do. Munira convinces Sam to discuss it in more depth. Or 4, they decide on their own to finish the discussion and take the time to talk about it with Gudmund. And I think those are the realistic options. You can always propose something else if you like, feel free, but those are the options that come to my mind right now. So let's do this. Here is the poll. I'm going to add the options for you to click. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not a vampire. Why are you asking? 4. And then there's the shrug. Here it is. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of time to make your decision and cast your vote, and then we can move on. And then next time you can start mentally preparing for that. Next time we meet, we will have to make up our minds where to go next. Maybe, of course, we still have the option of just continuing the interviews with other inhabitants. I'm not sure how much time we should. The thing is, there are two opposing forces influencing this decision from where I stand, and they are, first off, it would be nice to have a bit more representation of different inhabitants of the facility because, or let's say not only because, but among other reasons, because Gudmund is an educated, probably not poor, white cis guy who even has I'm not sure what we said. He has kind of a podcast or something, right? He does literary criticism or something. So he already has a lot of a voice in a way in this society. And we might want to represent more people who are maybe less lucky than and less privileged, to avoid that word, than Gudmund is. But we also, and that's the opposing force, we also maybe don't want to spend another 100 pages interviewing someone from the nursing facility with basically the same result. And yes, we might get an interview with a completely different result, and that might be nice, and that might even be very interesting if we were actually doing the interview as qualitative research about the real world. But if we're writing a novel, it might just muddy the waters. So I'm not sure. We'll have to think about that for our next episode. And by that, I, of course, mean that the homework is absolutely optional for you because you're just here to enjoy yourself and have a good time. You deserve that. You deserve that because you're good people and you're doing your best. Um, Whereas I deserve to labor by the sweat of my brow. And I will have to think about this and have to decide on a plan until next time, I think. We can make a little bet whether I actually manage to do that. But for now, let's continue with this. And with this, I mean you have made a decision, even if it's not a completely what what do you say? Unanimous. That's the word. Even if it's not it's almost unanimous. I'm going to say, and it is to explain it a bit more, but still end the interview quickly. And maybe we will do it like this. Um, Sam looked at Gudmund a bit more seriously, although still smiling. And for let's just sometimes you can tell me if you dislike this, but I like to sometimes sprinkle like kosher salt. I like to sprinkle little hints into the story uh, about Sam like this, and for 1.5 seconds, Gudmund felt, let's go with a little chill as he started doubting whether whether it's a difficult word, okay? Doubting whether this was a friendly smile or rather I'm just going with the dangerous one. This might not be the most original word, but then the moment passed. Sam, what does Sam do? Mm, mm, tea. How about tea? Did we have tea here? I don't think we did, right? Uh, there was, yeah, that's that. Yeah, no, that's fine. Then let's just go with this. Sam, lean back. No, wait. Where is Sam sitting? Where is Sam sitting? There was a rock, and maybe Sam was sitting on the rock. Yeah, right. Sam is sitting on a rock, so they can't, or can they? I think they. Let's do it. Why not? I'm just gonna do it. You can tell me if it sucks. Sam leaned back in a movement, in an irritating, in a movement that irritated Gudmund's eyes profoundly because they didn't have their rock. Let's go with their rock. Didn't have a backrest to lean against, but at least it didn't seem aggressive. Then they pulled a steaming little. Mm, what I'm going for, little bone china cup of tea from the loose sleeve of their coat, took a sip, and what I was thinking about right then, what color? What color? Is it? I don't think it's a cup um with those traditional Chinese dragon patterns. I don't think it's that one. I think it's I'm leaning towards one color, and it might be white, but it might also be another color. It might be black, but I'm not sure I want it to be black. It might be just, red, blue, green? Green. Maybe some kind of, or jade. Could it be, is it, that's a little thing where I'm unsure actually how much I'm in danger of clashing with Chinese culture, you know? Mm. Or if I am at all, because I know it's not like cups in principle and tea in principle are a Chinese thing. They have some associations, obviously. Um, but then again, I mean, I can't help that the word in English is China, and I chose a bone china thing, so it's one of those little thin ones, and those I think have stronger Chinese associations. Uh, and then finally, saying jade green, even though I like that for this situation. Hmm. And and then we get into a situation if the association with China and Chinese culture is there. This might be completely okay, but I have no idea if there's something you can. I'm not sure. I might sometimes be too cautious, but I think that's a good thing for a privileged white guy, right? Um, maybe let's just go with this. Just avoid the traps. Um, a steaming bright green little cup of tea from the loose. I like this. Maybe just um, maybe without the then. They pull the steaming bright green little cup of tea. We even leave it to the imagination if the tea is green or the cup is green, which is I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but I still think I'm going to do it. As always, you can let me know if you think it's a good thing. From the loose sleeve on a. I want it to be on a saucer. That's what you're watching me think about. Um, and I can just say on a saucer, but I want a little bit more, like a Disney princess. I want more. Um, there must be more to life. There must be more to the cup of tea and the saucer. No worries. This might have been the last time I sing today, so there's not a lot of danger of this incident repeating. My mind is staying with the colors. So is the saucer the same shade of green? Is it a different shade of green? Is it a completely different color? Is it white? Is it black? Is it maybe obviously from a different set? Gekümmel says, I just wanted to encourage you to sing more. It was fun. Yeah, the thing is, I don't even, I like that joke because it is an easy joke. It doesn't require a lot of work on my part. Thank you very much, both of you. Epiphany is also saying more singing, please. I'm not sure if I read that. Um, I'm and it's I think it's an okay joke because it's a joke at the expense of Disney and its princesses. And while there is a certain feminist strong female main character thing going on with those fairy tales, otherwise they are pretty conventional. And I think we can all agree that at least the Disney Corporation does not deserve our sympathy and solidarity. And most princesses usually also don't. Still, I want to make it clear that I don't try to make fun of the little feminism that is there. I'm trying to make fun of the idea and the ubiquity of it and the usual expression of it and all that. And the point is, I like this joke, so maybe I should prepare it a bit by knowing at least one Disney song about a princess who wants more, and I don't really know one. None come to mind. I should probably listen to one or two so I can make this joke better next time. Yeah, but for now, we're thinking about. Let's. You know what? You know what? I'm going to Google cups now. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. I can't help it. And you're going to watch me do it. Maybe. Let's see. I'm trying to wait. Give me a second. I need to put the browser the browser in there. Like this maybe. Yeah, this should work. This should work. Yeah, this should be okay, right? And how about this? Kind of. Kind of. But there was something. There was some kind of option, I think, where I can say, is it this? Is this better? No, this is the same thing, right? There was something I can do to make the scale better, but I don't know how to do this. Maybe is this better? Maybe I can't do it. But give me a second or two or 10. But I want to know this. If it doesn't work, I'll try it next time. How about what is the Skalierungsfilterung? No, I don't think that's it, right? No, that's not it. This is not it. It works with Word. Why doesn't it work with the freaking browser? I don't get it. Can I transform? Maybe like this? No. Oh, how about this? Yeah, I did it. See, I did it. All right. I know this is not a cup of tea. I realize this. This is just my Blue Sky feed. And the artists, they are very active on Blue Sky. Um, this is me. Look, can you read this? This is me. I love this. I'm going to repost it. But now, anyway, we're going to look for cups and saucers. Um, tea, cup, saucer. This is nice. Yeah, those look, aren't they pretty? Green. So what do we have here? Images. I'm not getting paid by any of those people, and I think this is a scandal. This is some kind of what I imagined, you know? This is the direction, or this maybe. This is the direction I was thinking in. Or this is almost like these, I'm not sure Gekrimmel knows them, but I'm not sure Epiphany knows them. Because in Germany we have a weird thing. We have this weird thing where people have. I'm just going to show you. Um, and you can tell me if that's an Australian thing too, or if you've never seen those. Because in Germany, everybody, at least everybody who's kind of grown up, like boomers. Let's say every boomer in Germany, especially people like grandparents or something, they have a set of these in their cupboard somewhere. The glass leaf. Um, the word doesn't come. Sorry. Uh, a bowl. Right, right. The glass bowl that looks like a leaf that has this leaf pattern. Everyone has those. I personally, in my home here in Hanover, well, can look right now. I don't have them, but every boomer at least, and they are ubiquitous. So that's what I was reminded of now. What I was actually thinking about, as I said, was the tea thing, or maybe something like this even. This is also nice. There's a little hummingbird on it, or this. But I was thinking more about a flat, not so much a high waist, a high thing. I think they're even nice, says Gekrimmel. If I wouldn't associate them with boomers, I would like them. I think, yeah, they're okay. They're okay. I like them too. It's not like I don't think I'd necessarily buy them if I saw them at the store. Epiphany says we don't have the same tradition in Australia, but I like the look of them. Yeah, they are nice to look at. They have a nice feeling. I like the they have this little veiny, irregular surface, and that feels nice. I think I like them. I don't think I'd buy them for myself if I saw them in the store. I wouldn't go that far, but they're okay. I don't mind them. It's just a bit funny how ubiquitous they are, given that they are a bit of a specific thing in a way. This one, maybe this one. How about this one? This looks fun. Oh, this everything that has orchard in the name must be good, I think. Let's have a closer look at this. Oh yes, this is nice. Let's go with this. So I'd say you can contradict me. Yeah, yeah. Gekrimmel has posted another image. Yeah. We have to find out if they're actually are they that German, or are they maybe less like some kind of Central European thing? Do they have them in the Netherlands, in Austria, in Switzerland? I don't know. So like this. Let's go with this. We might even have the little fruit decoration inside of the cup, but I'm not sure. And then is that a handle? The thing at the side of the cup that you put your finger into if you have small enough fingers, otherwise you just grip it there. Is that just the handle? Do you call that the handle of a cup? Cup handle. Where am I? What's going on? Oh, I'm typing in Discord. That's why this isn't working. Cup handle. You call that thing. Is the handle sometimes referred to as an ear? That's nice. But I think I'm going to just call it a handle, right? Yes, handle. Okay, let's go with the handle. Then I'm going to take take away the browser again. Here we go. And you can look at the text with me together now. I thought for a second there, and maybe you thought that too. I'm going to spare you the 576th lecture about details, but I'm going to say it quickly still. We need details to make our world seem real to the reader, but we need to not have so many details that it gets annoying. And that is, as many things in writing, a difficult line to balance on. We still try our best. Little bright green little cup of tea. Did I even write sleeve correctly? It's written like this, right? Why does the word accept this right? This is not right, is it? This is not a word. No, this is not a word. Why doesn't word well, it's this. Bright green little cup of tea with a golden handle and the what's it? With an elegant, delicate. Took a sip. I'm I'm still wrestling with this, and this is your privilege and your curse, whatever you prefer. That you sometimes have to wrestle. Watch me wrestle with these unimportant little details. With a delicate golden handle. I'm no mercy. I'm going to just go on a green saucer sleeve of the coat. Now, this is also important. This is important. This is very important. We need to talk about this. Now, what I'm thinking of. Sam, and I think I'm not even sure. We might have mentioned that in the cat cafe, but maybe we haven't. Maybe we even need to go back. I'm sorry. Sam has just, this is the situation is they have this coat, which I don't because it's hot in here. So they take the cup on the saucer out of the coat. So they hold the saucer here. Here's the cup. And then they take the cup from the saucer with the other hand. And now the question is, how do they take it? Do they take the cup by the handle like this? Do they take the cup by the cup like this? Do they maybe even take it with both hands like this or like this? Do they put their fingers through the handle? Or do they just I can't do it. Do they just grab the handle without putting their fingers through it like this? So those are the basic options of grabbing a cup, I think. How does Sam do it? I've once, and I'm not sure how serious it was, I've once seen on social media, um, seen an explanation that it's a class thing. And by the life of me, for the life of me, I can't remember how serious it was. But I think there's something to it, right? Because if it doesn't matter if there's statistics behind it, but if you see someone drinking from a cup like this, you don't think they're very working class. Whereas if you see you wouldn't expect someone dressed in a tuxedo sitting at a coffee table with lots of people in pretty dresses with top hats and all that. You wouldn't expect them to hold their cup like this, would you? No, this is the way you hold a cup when you're sitting by a campfire or standing around a burning trash can or something in a dystopic future or in the dystopic present. Um, so there's, you know, and now I wonder how does Sam do it, and I want to find out, and I wonder if we already described this. I haven't had kabuza in quite a while. I should order more kabuza, I think. I would like some. Anyway, so Sam is a bit of a tea snob. We already knew that. At least Munira sit on a chair. Oh well. We're back in the cat cafe, in case you're wondering. I'm scrolling for the teacup now. Slight touch, sure thing. I'll just find the right. I just maybe I'll look for cup. There are not that many here. Munira, they use one of those tiny cups. Yeah. Okay, okay. Maybe my plan has just been destroyed because Sam is absolutely right here. But I just thought maybe. Oh no, no, we'll just make a little opportunity. Let's turn the problem into an opportunity. I love doing that. Um, yeah, let's do it. Just still, I want to find out. Sand glass. Doesn't seem no. Then we'll just maybe that's a detail we can forego because we just decided to do something else. Maybe like this. Um, the coat. No. Grabbed the cup with the with their free hand while holding the saucer in the other, took a sip, closed their eyes, and sighed. I thought you didn't like the little cups, Munira asked. You're right, I don't. But how is a bigger one going to fit in my sleeve? Sam, no, comma, right? Sam asked back. I can't tell how much you're pulling my leg right now. Munira said in a let's go with a little hyperbole, said in a desperate monotone. Like this, right? This is underlined in red because it's a mistake. But sleeve with EA, is that a word? What do you call what is a sleeve? Is a sleeve with EA a word? It is. It's a transitive verb. It means to separate, for example, the silk thread into filaments. So you sleeve, but there's also a noun. So you can sleeve silk thread, and you can also have a sleeve, and that's an archaic word, and it means skein, a loosely coiled length of yarn or thread wound on a reel. Merriam-Webster has a Shakespeare quote: "Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care." Yeah, all right. That's why it's not marked as a mistake. I get it. I get it now. And the comma goes here, right? It takes time to learn. Sam intoned with demonstrative, gracious patience. And your apprenticeship has but begun. So much for ending the interview quickly, but sorry, I'll come to an end now. And I think this isn't bad. Sorry, this isn't bad about the timing because it's 11:24, and I think we might get the interview over with at the same time as our writing stream, and that's kind of nice, isn't it? It's a heavy cup, but it's not the heavy cup, by the way. And your apprenticeship has but begun. If you're done with that, Gudmund said, can we come back to my question? Sam took another sip. and turned their attention back to Gudmund, looking even halfway serious for a moment. Yes, of course, they said, foregoing any kind of smile. I apologize. The core of the issue is, I think we have talked about it. I know your position now, and we need to get on with this and talk to everyone else here. So there is a limit on how much time we can spend on you. I'm sorry, but this interview is, in fact, almost over. You can have a finishing comment or a last question, but don't try to filibuster me. That's the wrong comma again. I'm not sure. I don't think we've said anything about how time works in this little bubble where the interview takes place. I don't think we've said anything. But that's also something we should check before going forward. And I think I'm going to have Munira ask a question about it, but not now. Gudmund might ask about it, but he has no reason exactly to think that time works differently here. I mean, he could just suspect it, sure, but he has no concrete reason. So I think this is not a question we should expect. Gudmund tried to think of something, wondering if this was the dreaded hypothetical come to life, where you had one question you could ask of God and couldn't think and couldn't come up with a good one. You could, the word is missing. So in the end, he just looked around into the clouds and mumbled, I guess it would be too much to want to know what's going on because I still don't understand. There was the smile again. I wouldn't say it's too much, them said, reaching out a hand towards Gudmund. Now, how are they sitting? We might. I'll check that, but later. Gudmund wondered if they should try to avoid, but it didn't feel like a good idea. But the weird person continued. None of us do. That's the neat part. Their index finger touched Gudmund's forehead, and he found himself back in his room. And so the interview is over, and so is today's live writing stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I also enjoyed your company. Thanks for participating. You have as always, been a wonderful audience. I enjoyed the time with you tremendously, and I hope you'll come back next time when we're doing an English interactive writing stream. Tell everybody about it. Push all the buttons that social media offers to you, and enjoy your life as much as possible. I know it's hard right now, but what can you do? Bye.